Hello there, good evening and a warm welcome to the news live on Rupavahini channel I. I'm Shram Masquinius.
Good evening, I'm Clifford Richards. First of all, we take a look at the headlines.
The 43rd Human Rights Session begins. A proposal on Sri Lanka is to be submitted to the Council on the 27th. The Prime Minister reiterates that only those who are in need of lands should be provided with lands. 5 deadly road accidents in the past 36 hours, killing 10 persons. Minister Bandula hands over challenge to the opposition leader.
Moving on to the stories in detail. The 43rd session of the United Nations Human Rights Council commenced today. More than 100 delegates representing their nations have taken part in the new UNHRC session. The 43rd session is taking place at the United Nations Human Rights Council headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. The UNHRC session will continue till the 20th of March. The session was opened by the President of the United Nations Human Rights Council, Ambassador Elizabeth Tichy-Felsberger. Secretary General of the United Nations Antonio Guterres and United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights Michelle Bachelet were also present on this occasion.
Please take your seats. Mr. Secretary General of the United Nations, Secretary General of the United Nations, Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Human rights are about the dignity and worth of the human person. They expand the horizons of hope, enlarge the boundaries of the possible, and unleash the best of ourselves and our world. Human rights, our ultimate tool to help societies grow in freedom, to ensure equality for women and girls, to advance sustainable development, to prevent conflict, reduce human suffering, and build a just and equitable world. As the Universal Declaration of Human Rights proclaims, human rights are humanity's highest aspiration. Progress in one corner of the globe nourishes progress in another. I've seen it and I've lived it. Human rights today face growing challenges, and no country is immune. Human rights and national sovereignty go hand in hand. The promotion of human rights strengthens states and societies, thereby reinforcing sovereignty. Our enduring challenge is to transform the ambitions of the Universal Declaration into real-world change on the ground.
We must prepare for
The
our
UN
young people and
High
coming
Commissioner for
generations
Human
a
Rights
world
is expected
that
to
can
make
nourish
oral submissions
life,
regarding Sri
dignity,
Lanka
freedom,
on March 27th, the head of the delegation of Sri Lanka to the UNHRC session. Minister Dinesh Gunawardena is scheduled to address the Council on the 26th of March. Meanwhile, Minister Dinesh Gunawardena made these remarks to the media after obtaining blessings from the Venerable Ale Gunawansatera.
access to education, healthcare, universal social protection, and a life of dignity have demonstrated their impacts as levers for wider social, economic, and individual benefit. Broad participation by people, including young people, and institutions that are transparent and accountable, can advance social harmony and economic sustainability and innovation. Laws and policies that uphold equality have immediate and long-lasting positive impact on political, social, and economic structures. To end inequalities and poverty and boost social stability, we need to dismantle the discrimination that holds so many people back.
The International Relations Minister said that the UNHRC has always passed resolutions against the country. He said that Sri Lanka is the only country to co-sponsor the resolutions at the UNHRC in Geneva. The minister said that with the public mandate achieved by President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, he will deliver the government's decision, as the co-sponsoring of the resolution is illegal and against the public at the UNHRC, and to continue actively to engage with the United Nations institutions in the future.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has instructed officials to immediately devise a program to grant relief to the consumer as well as to protect the farmers by controlling higher vegetable prices. The President made these remarks in a discussion with the officials of the Ministries of Mahaweli Development and Trade at the President's office this afternoon. It has been pointed out at the discussion that lorry loads of vegetables being brought to Dambulla from many parts of the island are being redirected to other places from Dambulla. The officials have pointed out that this is a costly process and paves the way for massive destruction of produce during transport. Accordingly, this is not at all a correct procedure. The President at the meeting has instructed the officials to look into the possibility of cultivating vegetables in state-owned coconut plantations. It has also been stated that economic centres were commenced with the objective of providing consolations to the consumers and small traders. However, a problematic situation has been created due to the meddling of large-scale traders. The President has also ordered to repair paddy storages in the island. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa said that he went to a boutique recently and the trader said his shop is receiving the vegetables that were sent from Dambulla. The trader was also reported to have told the President that unnecessary transportation leads to rotting of vegetables and higher prices. Accordingly, the traders have proposed to directly send vegetables from cultivating areas. State Minister Roshan Ranasinghe said that in some areas cultivators are being chased away, imposing fines.
ලෙවලු උසුලන්න පුළුවන් ඉලකට කොහොමද ගෙනත් දෙන්නේ කියන එක එච්චරම තමයි. අනිත් ඒවා වෙන වෙන විදියට කරත හැකිනේ. ඉලවලු ටිකවත් ගොවියට යන්නේ නැහැ, පාරිභෝගිකයටත් නැහැ. මෙන්න මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ විසඳ ගන්න.
අවුරුදු 50 60 වගා කරපු බීන්ස් කැලෑ නෙමෙයි සර්. කැලෑ ඉල්ලන්නේ නැහැ සර්. ඒවා සමහරක් කලාපවල සර් ගොවින්ට ගිහිල්ලා වැඩ කරන්න දෙන්න. සමහරක් වෙලාවට සර් මේවට ගියපුවාම අල්ලලා දඩ ගන්න හිරේ දාන්න. ඕර ගන්න එක වෙලාවකට අවසරය දෙනවා අනිත් වෙලාවට දෙන්නේ. මේ වගේ ගැටලු තියෙනවා.
The government of Pakistan says that it is prepared to extend support to Sri Lanka in every field, including defence, trade and fight against extremism. High Commissioner of Pakistan in Sri Lanka, Major General Mohammad Saad Khattak, has reiterated this fact when he called upon President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at a meeting at the President's house today.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa says a methodology that provides land only to those who are in need of land will have to be formulated. The Prime Minister has made these observations participating in a deed presentation ceremony at Temple Trees, which was presided over by the President and himself. Well, at the ceremony, deeds were handed over to 2,500 persons who were residing in lands owned by the Land Reforms Commission. These occupants of the lands have been subjected to numerous difficulties as a result of not having land deeds. The deeds were also presented to new entrepreneurs, Khaduwala Municipal Council and the Ceylon Electricity Board. The Prime Minister, addressing the ceremony, further reiterated that although lands have been reserved for low-income owners, there have been instances of them not receiving land. The Prime Minister said that occupiers have been tormented by many problems despite being in residence of the premises for many years. In some instances, problems have arisen when they requested a block of land for a cemetery. The Prime Minister further said that he was aware that compensation provided on such lands could not be handed over due to court cases. He said that 1.27 billion rupees of funds could not be paid due to this reason. The Prime Minister further said that he was pleased to distribute the deeds today. He also said the hall in the said premises was constructed during their regime.
ගණනාවක් නායකයෝ සහභාගී වෙච්ච අවස්ථාවක අදපු ශාලාවක් මේකේ තමයි අර රත්තරන් වැසිකිලි තියෙන්නේ. අමුණාන්සලට ගිහලා බලන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි දැන් බලනකොට රත්තරන් ටික නැහැ. සමහර විට මේ කට්ටිය ගලවගෙන ගියාද දන්නේ නැහැ. මඩ ගහන්න ඕන වුණාම ඕන කෙනෙකුට මඩ ගහන්න පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා මොන ආකාරයෙන් හරි. අපි සන්තෝෂ වෙනවාද ඔබට ඒ අයිතිය ඔබට ලබා දෙන්න පුළුවන් වීම පිළිබඳව.
The government has taken measures to deploy in service members of the Sri Lanka Army Police Corps to minimize traffic congestion. The new program is to be implemented in collaboration with the Colombo City Traffic Division on the instructions of Army Commander Lieutenant General Shavindra Silva. Accordingly, Army Police Corps personnel were deployed on duty at the entrances and departure positions of the city of Colombo from this morning. They will be stationed on duty at these locations from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. every day. In addition, 5 motor cars and motorcycles of the Sri Lanka Police Service Corps will be deployed to observe traffic blocks and to enlighten the motorists on using alternate routes during rush hours.
Well, the Office of the Police media spokesman says that 10 persons were killed in road accidents in the past 36 hours that ended 6 p.m. today. The reason for many of the accidents were reported to have been negligence in driving. 5 persons were killed in a road accident at the 218th milepost in Omanthe on the Kandy Jaffna A9 road around 8:30 last night. 24 others were injured in this incident. The accident has occurred when an SLTB bus heading for Point Pedro from Bavunia clashed head-on with a jeep travelling in the opposite direction. The police say both vehicles were destroyed in a fire after the incident. The injured have been admitted to the Bavunia General Hospital. Our correspondent says that some of the victims are in a critical condition. Among the death were 4 males, including the driver of the jeep and a woman. They were residents of Vallavatta. Meanwhile, 2 more persons were killed in a road accident at the 7th milepost in Habaran on the Colombo-Batticaloa main road last evening. A mother and a son of the same family were killed when a motor car clashed with a private bus. The victims were residents of Melagas Junction in Anuradhapura. Father of the family was also reported to be critical condition. The police media spokesman's office further says that 3 more persons were killed in a road accident in Godakawela, Boralla and Ambanpola.
Minister Bandula Gunawardena has challenged the opposition leader to prove the allegation of the government destroying 600 billion rupees in the past 3 months. He has posed the challenge to the opposition leader at a media briefing of the Government Information Department today. Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa has made the accusation in a media briefing today. Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa said that instead of bringing the country towards prosperity within 13 weeks and fulfilling the promises of 6.9 million voters, the government had deprived the country of a state revenue between 500 to 600 billion rupees.
අයවැයක් ගෙනාවෙත් නැහැ. රාජ්‍ය ආදායමට ලැබෙන්න තිබුණු බිලියන 500ත් 600ත් අතර ප්‍රමාණයක් නැති කරගත්තා.
Minister Bandula Gunawardena said that he challenges the lie of the government spending 600 billion rupees in the past 3 months. He has challenged the opposition leader to prove the allegations. Minister Bandula Gunawardena has presented 5 questions to the opposition leader. The first question related to how much money is needed for the governance according to the past experiences. Second question dealt with the amount needed by the government for its expended in a month. Accordingly, what are the amounts on a daily and monthly expenditure? Minister Bandula Gunawardena also said that the government needs funds to pay the salaries of the government servants and pensioners. Funds are also needed to pay the interest or state loan payments. In addition, money has to be spent on relief. There are capital expenditure as well.
The Tamil National Alliance says that the deliverance of a statement by opposition leader Sajith Premadasa on behalf of the Army Commander Shavendra Silva amounts to disregarding the basic stance of the Tamil people. The statement points out that 85% of the voters in the northern and eastern provinces cast their votes to Sajith Premadasa at the recent presidential election. The TNA further states that under such circumstances, the opposition leader has acted with negligence. Sajith Premadasa in a Twitter message has stated that the foreign travel ban imposed on the Army Commander Shavendra Silva and members of the family was unfortunate and a regretful incident. The opposition leader's Twitter message has further stated that the Army Commander is a gallant war hero who has given leadership to fight to eliminate terrorism.
The Janata Vimukti Peramuna says that it has no intention to enter into an alliance with the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress. JVP parliamentarian Dr. Nalinda Jayathissa warns, expressing his views in connection with a statement made by parliamentarian Rauf Hakim yesterday. Parliamentarian Rauf Hakim said several parties headed by the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress is planning to enter into an alliance with the Tamil National Alliance and the JVP. He further said that their aim is to create an open forum of forces that represents the minority. The SLMC leader further said that they are ready to fight against anti-democratic forces.
සටන් කිරීමට අපි
Parliamentarian Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said that they have no desire to enter into alliances with either UMP or other parties that do not align with their policies. He further said that Rauf Hakim was in the governing party since the time he could remember. He added that Rauf Hakim had failed to safeguard the lives of the people who voted him.
Well, the embassy of Sri Lanka in South Korea says that the Sri Lankans should not fear unnecessarily over the rapid spread of the COVID-19 virus in South Korea. The government of South Korea, however, has raised its alert level to the highest after the rapid spread of the virus in several cities in the country. South Korea has the largest number of confirmed cases outside China at 833 thus far, identifying 231 confirmed cases yesterday. So far, 8 people have died in South Korea from the COVID-19 virus. South Korean authorities have taken extreme measures to quarantine the Daegu city, which has been mostly affected from the spread of the virus. Long queues can be seen in and around the city to purchase protective masks. An office of the embassy in Sri Lanka and South Korea said that none of the foreigners currently in South Korea have been infected with the virus. He said that a temporary passport will be granted for the Sri Lankans in South Korea to return to the country. He said that even those who have no valid passport will be eligible for the temporary passport. He added that the Sri Lankan embassy in South Korea will continue to provide 24-hour services for the Sri Lankans to ensure their safety. The novel coronavirus COVID-19 has affected over 36 countries and territories of the world. Deaths have occurred in Italy, South Korea and Iran. With the escalation of the confirmed cases in Italy, authorities have taken steps to lock down the cities including Lombardy and Veneto, and the entrance and exits to the cities have been also limited for 2 weeks. 5 people have died in Italy from the infection, the 224 confirmed cases reported in the country. Issuing a communique, the Ministry of Foreign Relations has said that 104,000 Sri Lankans living in Italy have not been infected by the virus. A special program has been initiated to contact Sri Lankans in Italy for the assistance of the Sri Lankan embassy in Rome. 12 deaths and confirmed 61 cases have been reported in Iran, with the discovery of 4 new deaths and 18 new cases. Pakistani authorities have taken steps to close the border between Iran and Pakistan. With the spread of the virus in Iran, Turkey and Armenia have also taken steps to limit transportation relations with Iran. However, the number of confirmed cases has continued to decline in mainland China, the epicenter of the disease. 409 new cases have been reported in the country, with 151 new deaths yesterday. A total of 2,593 deaths have occurred from the COVID-19 virus thus far.
Today marks the 100th birth anniversary of the late Dr. Pani Bharatha's ceremony. To commemorate this event, and the National Drama Day was held at the Sri Lanka Foundation Institute today. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa presided over the ceremony. Dr. Pani Bharatha was born in Algama, Kegol on the 24th of February 1920. He was educated at the Shanti Niketana and Kalai Mandala in Kerala, India. The late artist had functioned as the head of the Aesthetic Studies Institute of Sri Lanka for many years. He was an artist who was well versed in the upcountry, low country and Sabaragamu dancing traditions, and a great humanist. He was the creator of many traditional village drama and dancing traditions such as Narilata, paddy harvesting, as well as many stage dramas. Pani Bharatha has also been a skilled musician and a painter. He was felicitated with many local and foreign awards. Dr. Pani Bharatha is also regarded as a pioneer in the task of transforming the Aesthetic Studies Institute of Colombo into a University of Arts. Pani Bharatha was 86 years old at the time of his demise on the 20th of September 2005. The Sri Lanka Postal Department has issued a special commemoration stamp in connection with the 100th birth anniversary. A book titled Gurudeva Pani Bharatha, compiled by veteran literary intellectual Bandara Aliyagoda, was presented to the Prime Minister on this occasion. The commemoration ceremony was organized by the Ministry of Buddha Sasana, Cultural and Religious Affairs and the Department of Cultural Affairs.
The Colombo Magistrate Court has ordered today to present facts on the 4th of next month with regard to the request to grant permission for former Minister Patali Champika Ranawaka to go abroad. He has been named as a suspect in a serious motor accident. The order has been delivered when the case was taken up for hearing before the Colombo Additional Magistrate Kanchana Niranjana de Silva. Well, the Deputy State Solicitor General Dilip Perez has reported to the judiciary on the progress of the investigations carried out thus far. Statements were reported to have been recorded from the driver of the former minister, Patali Champika Ranawaka, officer in charge of the Valikada police station during the time of the incident. Two police officials of the Ministerial Security Division who were attached to the Security Division of former minister. Investigations are being conducted on the detailed reports of mobile phone conversations between the first and second accused of the case, the former minister, and his driver. It has also been found out through investigations of the relevant reports that the two police officials of the Ministerial Security Division had given false information. The Deputy Solicitor General added that attention has been focused to take legal action against the official. It has also been pointed out that the legal action will be taken if it has been proven that the investigations happened at the Valikada police station and also the OIC Sudat Asmadala acted in a biased manner to the accused. The Deputy Solicitor General further said that according to the statement recorded for the second time from the driver of the former minister, the driver had accepted the fact that he was in hiding in the Battarmulu residence of Patali Champika Ranawaka until he was produced before the court on the 18th of December last year. Meanwhile, summons were issued today to former Navy Commander and Admiral of the Fleet, Wasantha Karanagada, to appear before court for the fourth time. The suspect was asked to present in connection with the alleged incident of abduction and disappearance of 11 youth in Colombo and adjacent areas in the years 2008 and 2009. A panel of High Court judges has ordered to send summons through the Secretary to the Ministry of Defence as Wasantha Karanagada had failed to appear before court today as the 14th suspect of the case. Further, hearings have been postponed to the 20th of March. And moving on to more news, we'll be having the foreign stories coming up after the break.
Meanwhile, the Commanders Cup 2020 annual golf tournament hosted by the Sri Lanka Air Force and the Eagles Golf Links was concluded yesterday in China Bay, close to the harbour city of Trincomalee. The tournament, played under the handicap rules, was open to all. The tournament was held with the participation of 102 golfers from Sri Lanka and 2 ambassadors. The ambassador of Myanmar and the ambassador of Indonesia, Suren Premathilaka, won the Commanders Cup 2020, securing the highest marks in the gents division of 40 points, while Niru Jayathilaka won the ladies trophy with a total of 36 points. Lieutenant Commander H.M. Udavatta and Zhang Liang received the award for the longest drive, while Major General N.A. Dharmaratna and Rohan De Silva received the award for the closest to pin in the gents category, while Dr. Pravina Dunuvila took the honours for the longest drive in the ladies category. Eagles Challenge Trophy, presented members of the tri-services in the men's category, was won by Lieutenant Commander H.M. Udavatta. Commander of the Air Force Air Marshal Sumangala Dias and his wife Mrs. Mayuri Prabhavi Dias were present on the occasion.
And on that note, it's time to end the news. Do enjoy the rest of the programs. Take care and good night.